Hey, I'm ChristopherJMUA and welcome back to my channel. Unless you've never been here, of course, then welcome. I'm very glad you've stopped by. We are celebrating Pride this month. That is for sure. And if you're not celebrating Pride, then you should be. Because Pride is all about acceptance and accepting everyone and pretty colors and the rainbow. And today we are celebrating the rainbow with Morphe by using the 25L Live-In Color palette and the Live-In Color brush set. The moment I saw this palette and this brush set launch, I had to have it. Like, there was no question, there was no hesitation, there was no doubt. I had to have it. This was how I could celebrate Pride in my own way, by spending money on yet another Morphe artistry palette. So if you want to see what the 25L Live-In Color artistry palette and the Morphe Live-In Color brush set looks like and how they perform and all of the details of the products, then hold on to your pride because we're going in. Really? Hold on to your pride because we're going in? Yes, that is what I said. First, I want to let you know a little bit about the 25L Live-In Color palette by Morphe. This is the unit carton that it comes in. Very pretty. My box was kind of broken, I'll admit, whenever it came in. You can kind of tell that the back has seen some better days. It's not quite as flat as it should be, but I don't think that left us with any broken shadows. I did open it to check just to be sure I didn't have any broken powder falling out, and I did not. So we're safe on that. This palette is $20 and comes with 25 shades. The description on Morphe's website of this palette is 25 shades to make life colorful. There's only one you, Morphe babe. Stand out. Be fearless, be proud. And rep the rainbow with these crazy, creamy, bold AF shades because you were born to live a vibrant, vivid, explosively colorful life. Let your true hues shine. 100% of net proceeds from this collection will be donated to the Trevor Project during our Pride celebration to help fund 24/7 suicide prevention and crisis intervention services for LGBTQ+ youth. I really love that. I really love that a lot. If they ever don't get sold out again this month, during the month of June, which is Pride Month, this is 2019, when I'm filming this video, I think it'd be really awesome if you could help support any charity. And the details for the Live-In Color brush set are make magic happen. No matter what shades you slay, this must-have eye brush collection was made so you can blend it your way. You do you, Morphe babe. Let your creativity fly high. And I'm pretty sure that these are actually just standard Morphe brushes, but they are in this colorful, beautiful set. I just love this so much. Plus, I feel like I have more room to store other things. Okay, well maybe not if I leave that in there, but that's just adorable. I love that. Those are so pretty. And it's a good brush set. Like, these are actually brushes I'll use. And this brush set contains the Morphe M5, of course it's the Morphe. It's by Morphe, why wouldn't it be a Morphe brush? It's the M513, the M507, the M222, the M431, the M326, the M167, and the M158. I don't think I have all of these brushes. I don't think I have any of these brushes. Weird. I have the M222, but the M222 that I have and the M222 that came with this set are very different. Mine's pointed, and this one isn't. That's odd. I have a spoolie on the other side of the pink brush. I didn't realize it was a brow brush. That's cool. The spoolie was like stuffed down into the little hole in here. That's awesome. I'm excited about that. Now the palette. Let's open it up, and the actual palette itself is just as beautiful as the unit carton. And when we open her up, oh, she's so gorgeous. Wow, the layout is really nice. It makes sense aesthetically. And it has a very hefty mirror. It's about the size of my head, really. Yeah. And the background of the palette itself is a little bit holographic, like it's kind of reflective as a rainbow. You can't really see it in the beauty lights though. So at first I wasn't going to do swatches because this is a lot of shades to do swatches with. Like a lot of shades. But I figure maybe you'll want to see what the actual shades in the palette are and what it looks like. So I'm gonna go ahead and do these swatches. I'm not going to be speaking while I'm doing the swatches. I'm just going to do the swatches so that they can be done so that you can see them. But we're gonna try and move quickly through them so I can get them over with and get the look done for you guys. So here we go. And as always, I will be inserting photos of the swatches, one with flash and one without flash. Those swatches were so good. I can tell you now though, my favorite color in here is the shade Peace, that like perfect pretty blue color, and it's metallic and it's gorgeous. I just really like the way this palette is organized. I'm very happy with this. I feel like this is what the James Charles palette was going to be if it wasn't going to be the James Charles palette, you know? Now let's open the brushes. I definitely know now that these are just regular Morphe brushes. I'm sorry if I keep sniffling. I'm still sick and I'm just trying to get over it and just film anyway because I have been not filming for far too long, and I apologize for that. I'm still on schedule, so you can't clock me. I just haven't been putting them out like I want. That's all. You know, don't get me wrong, I really like these things in here, but I don't want to keep them in here, and I don't know if they come out. I just didn't really want to keep it on display, you know? Ooh, okay, well, they come out, I think. I'm taking them out. I don't want these little things. Ugh, that hurt my heart though, hearing it break. See, I can fit like a whole nother stack of brushes in there now. I really do like the gold ending. It looks very sleek and very nice, especially with the whole colorful vibe. Now, I'm not gonna use one of these brushes to put any eyeshadow base on. I'm gonna just use my Jeffree Star Morphe mini sponge to apply. And I'm just gonna use my P. Louise base. So I'm gonna use the Morphe M513 brush, big fluffy blending brush, and go into the shade Art. Guys, these swatches literally blew my mind. I could not believe how pigmented some of these swatches were and just how beautiful the palette overall is. Minty from the Jeffree Star Blue Blood palette. That's a heavy palette. It's definitely not for on-the-go purposes. Now this shade does definitely have to be built up a little bit. Like once you pack it on some and then start to blend it out, it kind of just disappears. And I honestly expected that some with bright shades like this. You kind of have to work with them by packing them on and then blending them out a little bit. Okay, I think that will do it for the mint shade, which was the shade Art. Now I think I want to go in with a little bit of the shade Parade, and I'm going to use that with the Morphe M222 crease blending brush and kind of just bring that down into the crease a little bit more. Now I'm going to go back in with the Morphe M513 brush. This is the one that I used Art with originally, and just blend out the edges of the shade Parade. Now on my Morphe M431, I think it's a pointed detail brush, I believe. I'm going to go into the shade Truth, and I'm going to start putting that just in my outer crease and kind of my outer V a little bit. This is really just to further the deepening of my crease while creating some dimension on my eye. And I'm only taking this about halfway in toward my inner corner. Like I'm stopping right at my pupil probably. Yeah, right at my pupil. And I'm just kind of putting the pigment where I want the general shape of that color to be and then building it up past that point. So right now I kind of have just the area I want it to be in. And I'm just going to go in and continue building until I get the level of pigment that I want. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing or where I'm going with this, but I'm gonna take the Morphe M507 pointed blender brush. I guess all of these are just pointed blender brushes. That's what I'm gonna call them all. No, this one is officially called M507. This is the pointed mini blender brush. And the one I used previously, the M431, was the precision pencil crease brush. Hey, and that's what I used it for, was precision crease penciling. And that's what I'm gonna be using this for, is pointed mini blending. And I'm going to be doing that with the shade Nature. The green, the more yellowy based green. And I'm gonna take that in my inner crease toward the inner corner and blend it upward. I have literally no clue what I'm doing. This looks ridiculous. I am ridiculous right now. I think I have had too much Dayquil. Too much. Or perhaps not enough. There is always that. Not enough Dayquil. This could be me fever-brained. Fever mind. That could be a movie. Like a movie about the things that you do when you have a fever. Like you could plead temporary insanity if you robbed a bank because you had a fever, and you could prove that you had a fever, and that makes you of not sound mind. That's it. I need someone to make a movie and give me royalties for the idea. Right now,
he's probably buying her some fruity little drink cause she can't shoot whiskey right now.
I'm just trying to build up the color, the pigmentation of this green before I start blending it into the blue purple. Okay, now we blend. I'm gonna go back in with my Morphe M222 that had the shade Parade on it and blend out the shade Truth with the shade Parade. Now, since I have mainly kept all of the color off of my lid, I'm gonna go in with the shade Pride, and I'm going to use the Morphe M167 flat brush and just start putting that on my outer lid. I'm gonna try and start without cutting the crease and see what happens. I may need to cut the crease. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to cut the crease. Never mind. So scratch that. I'm actually just gonna use my Makeup Revolution cut crease canvas and just go right on the outside. Okay, now that we have even-ish cut creases, we can finally go in with the Morphe M167 brush again into the shade Pride and start to pat this in the outer cut crease. Okay, I'm finished with the orange, which is Pride. I'm gonna use the shade Sexuality right on my inner corner, all throughout here. And we're gonna see what that looks like. I'm gonna use the Morphe M326 Pro Precision Smudger Brush. I'm not gonna use it to smudge though. I'm gonna use it to pack on color. Okay. Literally, what is this palette? This is so gorgeous and so pigmented. I love her. Just this level of non-problematic pigment. I'm living. I'm living. I'm very satisfied. I am very, very satisfied. I'm very satisfied with the house. I have to use a different brush now because I have used all those brushes except for the brow brush. But I'm gonna use this Morphe brush, like a brow bone highlight brush, and I'm gonna use it for a brow bone highlight. I'm gonna go into the shade Liberation, and I wanna put that on my brow bone. Oh yes, glittery the house. Wow, that is almost straight glitter. Nice, I really like that. That's cool. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and finish up my brows, the rest of my eyes, and my face makeup. Once I finish all of that, I will be right back with my final review of the Morphe 25L Live-In Color palette and Live-In Color brush set. And we are back! I know for you guys it's been like a second. For me it's been like a minute, a long minute. Not only did I film a whole nother video, but I also had to fix my eyeshadow twice. Two times, because my eye was watering and not having it. But that has no correlation, correspondence, corrugation with the eyeshadow palette and the brushes. So the Morphe 25L Living in Color palette. Honestly, it's pretty good. Like, I really like it. Tricked ya! You thought I was gonna say something bad. I do think that this is less usable on an everyday type front. Like, for you neutral gals out there. And I'm not dissing ya. If you're a neutral gal, be a neutral gal. That's fine. I love you anyway. But if you are that person and you want to stick to being that person, this palette will probably be hard to do that with. I don't see a whole lot of neutral looks in here. The most neutral you could go is a soft peachy pink with like a gold lid. So you would have to be prepared for this palette. But for Pride Month and celebrating Pride Month and celebrating the bold, beautiful, wonderful, colorful loveliness that is Pride Month, that is acceptance and love of any gender, sexuality, type, nose type, cheek type, whatever, then this is perfect, and I love this. These shadows perform very nicely. They swatch very nicely as well, might I add. I didn't even really run into any of them feeling like dry and powdery, which typically that's not a huge deal anyway. I just don't like feeling that with shadows, but it doesn't typically affect the performance, so there's not really much to speak on about that. Whenever I finished the look, I did go in with a little bit of the shade Sunlight, which is obviously the bright yellow on my inner corner, and I also took some of the shade Truth, the deep purple, that one, on my lower lash line and smoked it out a little bit. But all in all, I really love this palette. If it does ever come out of the sold out status, I would definitely recommend picking it up if you are not afraid of color or if you just want to play. I mean, it's 20 bucks. It's worth the price of playing. Now, when it comes to the Living in Color brush set, I think I'd also recommend these because this is a very hefty eye detail brush set for 28 bucks. I mean, if you think about Morphe's regular price, like $8 to $9, well, $6 to $9 per brush, then you're getting a pretty good deal out of this. And really, with these brushes, you get a full eye. But I really like that it's all rainbow. I think that's super cute. And it's an effective and smart brush set. So they're both a win-win in my book. I had so much fun with this look and this palette, and just this whole video was so fun. I really like those brushes and the palette a lot. They were a lot better than I was expecting them to be. I knew they were gonna be good, but I didn't know they were gonna be that good. So I'm satisfied, and I hope you are too. If you are satisfied, don't forget to leave me a big thumbs up and let me know that you are. Also, if you wanna help me out, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. That would be really awesome. I feel like we have a fun time over here. I upload every Monday, if not more, so you can always be prepared for me on your Monday. I love you guys oh so much, and if you want to see me in my looks or more looks like this one, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. My username is the same for everything. It is simply ChristopherJMUA. And if you gain nothing out of any of my videos ever, please at least gain this, and that is to always remember and never forget that you are absolutely beautiful. Bye guys.